What is going on, lads, and welcome to the WWE Royal Rumble 2015 pay-per-view review, rant, etc, etc. We will talk about the matches. We'll talk about the Royal Rumble, which, as you can imagine, is the one that I really want to talk about. But there is some breaking news coming out at the moment. We're not 100% sure whether there will be a Monday Night Raw tonight. The tapings seem to have been cancelled in regards to, there doesn't seem to be, I really don't know what is happening with Raw tonight. All I do know is it looks as if it has been cancelled. They are going to put some sort of show on, but it's been cancelled in respect of what was meant to be. Reason being because of snowstorms in the United States of America. So yeah, some big breaking news in that regard. So I don't really understand what's going on with that, but more news if and when we get that. I'm sure we'll be notified as and when we require to be. Trending number one on Twitter: cancel the WWE network. Wow. Let me start then with the... Now, let's just go into it. We'll talk about the other matches later. I'm going to cut to the chase. Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble. He is going to be going to WrestleMania to face Brock Lesnar in the main event of WrestleMania 31. Now, I'm going to say it blunt. If you're a Roman Reigns fan, I'm sorry. And this isn't me being a butthurt because Daniel Bryan didn't win, because I'll move on to that later. This is me pissed off because Roman Reigns won. I don't dislike the guy, I just don't like the way he's been booked. And let's be honest, on the mic he is shocking. Whether it's Vince McMahon writing his stuff or not, he is shocking on the mic and needs some extreme work. You can't have a main event of WrestleMania where only one superstar... I mean, Brock Lesnar is not great on the mic without Paul Heyman, but... Paul Heyman, how's Roman Reigns going to respond? With another one of his fucking fairy tales. He can't speak on the mic. His wrestling is average at best. I haven't seen him put on an amazing match yet. I'm not saying that the main event of WrestleMania is going to be terrible between these two, because it won't. It won't be as bad, in my opinion, as something like recent memory John Cena The Miz. I don't think it'll be as bad as that, but it's no way is it going to be a classic. It's just not possible. His wrestling skills at the moment aren't good enough. His character isn't really over enough. His gimmick I'm not really into. And as I say, his mic work is shocking. And when The Rock comes out and says, or holds up your hand, and you're still getting booed out of the arena, surely that tells somebody in backstage in the WWE, we fucked up here. We fucked up somehow. You can't blame Roman Reigns for the way he's booked. Yes, you can blame him for his wrestling skills, etc. Okay, so he's not the greatest wrestler in the world, but nor's John Cena. I'm not saying that Roman Reigns is as good as John Cena, because to be honest, I don't think he is. John Cena can put on amazing matches like he did in the Royal Rumble last night. One of the best triple threat matches I have seen. It was unbelievable. He had a big part in that. He was involved in that. A phenomenal main event. All three of them men deserve a lot of credit. And it pisses me off how we're going to go from that to this Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar that no one is feeling. The Royal Rumble match itself was terrible. There were parts of it that were good, but most of it was pretty poor. There wasn't that many high, excitingly amazing returns. As for what returning superstars that will probably be regular on WWE programming, Zack Ryder's probably the only one to mention, and he probably won't be regular. There was no Sheamus, there was no Randy Orton, The Rock didn't actually enter in the Royal Rumble, Curtis Axel got fucking screwed. The whole situation was terrible. Daniel Bryan, now I wanted Daniel Bryan to win, but I was worried and I didn't know whether I really wanted him to win, because I didn't know whether I wanted him to face Brock Lesnar, because I am, whether you like it or not, would be a little bit uncomfortable watching that match, just knowing the injury he's got, and I know he's probably 100%, but I would actually probably feel a little bit uncomfortable watching him versus Brock Lesnar, and I would fear that Daniel Bryan could get serious damage done to him by Brock Lesnar. That was my only fear. So long as that was okay, Daniel Bryan for me was my winner. But the fact is, he went out miles too early. Anybody in the world could say that. And people talking about, oh, the WWE, we want it to be unpredictable. We want it to be this. We want it to be that. Yeah, but this is a guy that you have built up for the past 4 weeks as the main challenger for Roman Reigns for the Royal Rumble. Arguably keeping it interesting. And then you eliminate him so early. And I mean, after he was eliminated, the crowd had gone. The crowd had completely gone. The way Dean Ambrose, the way Dolph Ziggler was eliminated, the way Ryback was eliminated was pathetic. The way the Big Show and Kane were like flipping, knocking people out, pissed me off. I don't understand the logic of it. I don't care who won the Royal Rumble in respect, so long as it weren't Roman Reigns. It's not as if I just wanted Daniel Bryan to win it. When Daniel Bryan got eliminated, I was like, right, Dean Ambrose I'm happy for. Bray Wyatt. Rusev I was happy for. Dolph Ziggler. Even fucking Ryback I'd pick over Roman Reigns. I've probably missed out somebody. Randy Orton if he was able to return. Flipping hell, I'd rather Curtis Axel than Roman. And don't get me wrong, Roman Reigns I don't think will do a bad job. Fact is, this isn't his year. Next year's probably his year, or the year after. Is his year to be in the main event of WrestleMania. Yes, we crave something new. Yes, Bray Wyatt's new. Rusev's new. Flipping Dean bloody Ambrose is new. I don't, in the one respect, I don't care that Daniel Bryan didn't win. Because the fact is, they don't want to do the same thing as they class it 2 years in a row. Which of sorts is understandable, but at the same time, it's not the same. We've seen John Cena in the main event for fucking 10 years. Doesn't seem to fuss them. But that was clear they weren't going to do that. For me, Daniel Bryan was never going to win the Rumble. I would have just liked to see him get further. But it didn't have to be Roman Reigns to win it. This isn't his year. And I'll probably get a lot of hate for this and a lot of people going, oh, blah, 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 blah. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be a good match. We'll have a decent build to it, and the dust will settle, and either Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins hopefully will walk out of WrestleMania as the champion. Fact is, Roman Reigns isn't ready for the WrestleMania 31 main event. You can believe that if you want to. That's about the only thing he's got going for him, is that stupid fucking saying, believe that. Can't even do the accent, but it's like that. On to the positives. The Bray Wyatt dominated in the Rumble for a long, long time. That was good to see. That was extremely good to see. Rusev looked quite good in the Royal Rumble. But, I mean, the Rumble was poor. The Rumble was a very, very poor Royal Rumble. It was worse than last year's Royal Rumble, which was bad. And it's one of the worst Rumbles I can remember. And I'm not saying I've watched hundreds, because I haven't. I haven't watched it since it was first arrived, because the fact is, I weren't born, but it was one of the worst Royal Rumbles I've ever seen. But the pay-per-view itself was salvaged by one match, which was one of the best matches I have seen in recent memory. And you might think I'm over-exaggerating, but it's by far one of the best triple threat matches I've ever seen, and by far going to probably be up there for match of the year by the end of 2015. And that was a triple threat match. I mean, this was unbelievable. That Seth Rollins going and putting Brock through the announce table. Then the ending was extraordinary. They told a story. You felt as if it was real. I felt as if the injury to Brock Lesnar was real. And I don't know whether that was only me and I was just being stupid. Because obviously I know the WWE script and I'm not that retarded. We all know that. But at the same time, I genuinely thought Brock Lesnar was injured. All of a sudden, he flies up. I mean, it was a cracking ending. The only disappointment is that Seth Rollins got pinned by Brock Lesnar and they didn't let John Cena get pinned. But, I mean, the Philadelphia crowd were great all night, in my opinion. Yes, I do feel sorry for Roman Reigns, but I don't think the boos were necessarily towards him. It was towards Vince McMahon. It was towards the creative team. It was towards the people that book Roman Reigns. It wasn't just necessarily towards Roman Reigns. But that they were cheering Cesaro. They gave him one of the best pops of the night in the Cesaro-Tyson Kidd game. Tag team match, which was a really good match, by the way. And them two are sick. Them two are phenomenal. They are by far the best tag team in the WWE at the moment. I don't care what anyone says, in my opinion. I think they could be doing better than the tag team championships and the tag team together, but I mean, they work fantastic together and they are a great tag team. But they were cheering that, which was fantastic. And that was a great match, great ending to that match as well. The Ascension and the New Age Outlaws was absolutely, in my opinion, it was a terrible match. It really was. I'm happy Ascension won because they're not buried and dead yet, but at the same time, it wasn't the greatest match in the world. Paige and Natalya versus the Bella Twins. Didn't really feel the match, to be honest with you, lads. It got time to develop, but it really didn't. They didn't really use Paige all that much. It was mainly Natalya. The Bella Twins won in the end, where I got that prediction wrong. I think the only prediction of the night that I did get wrong. But I wasn't really into this match, which is a shame because there's been a couple of good Divas matches recently, but never mind. The Usos missed out, and Miz. Usos were gained, no surprise there. The match was decent, it wasn't great, but it was okay. And as I say, then we had the old triple threat match, which is the only reason why I'm not really jarred off and really fucking hacked off with what's happening. I mean, the number one trend on Twitter, well, actually it's not now, it's Reigns, but the number one trend, the second trend on Twitter that doesn't even make any sense is cancel the WWE Network. I'm not going to be cancelling the WWE Network, but at the same time, they fucked up severely tonight. And I can now confirm that the centre in Hartford, or wherever the fuck it is, sorry, I'm not from America, I cannot pronounce American places that aren't that well known. Probably offended half the world there. But WWE Raw taping is still on. Confirmed at the moment that it is still currently on. This was 27 minutes ago that WWE is going for it. Now, there is a big question, and I don't think WWE would do it, but Curtis Axel was never eliminated from the Royal Rumble. He never physically entered it, technically. He just got ambushed by Eric Rowan, and they had the old Luke Harper, Bray Wyatt thing, which was sick. That was a sick moment there for about 20 seconds, and then they fucked that up as well. I mean, oh my god, I'm so pissed off. The Rock, why didn't they enter him as a thing? I mean, the Titus Bloody O'Neil at 26 was pissing me off. You know, I thought that someone else could have returned or something could have happened there. I felt like, again, we wasted spots with nobodies when there could have been surely other people that deserved it more. Which there probably fucking wasn't, was there, thinking about it. But, wow. But they could do it. They could do Roman Reigns, Curtis Axel. They won't, but can you imagine it? And Curtis Axel facing Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. He did actually tweet out, I would assume it's in character, and he was told to. I mean, is it we don't know. I honestly do not know whether Raw has been cancelled yet. Different reports are coming at different times. But the basic, in review to the Royal Rumble itself, the matches prior to the two big ones weren't great. And now they're saying that Raw's not taking place. No one knows. No one actually knows whether Raw is on or it isn't on. I think now it's probably not taking place. So I don't know. You'll have to look for yourselves because I'm a bit retarded. But what was I saying? The matches previously to it were average at best. They weren't great. There were sort of matches that you probably expect to see on Raw. They were good matches, but they weren't, as I say, fantastic. A couple of them were terrible. The Triple Threat match was one of the best matches I've seen in recent memory. And then the Royal Rumble was a complete and utter letdown. I'm sure it won't be as bad as we're making it out to be. And I think some people are overreacting a tad. You know, this whole cancel WWE Network. Maybe we're overreacting a little. But things have got to change. And if this means that... And for God's sake, I don't want them to throw Daniel Bryan into the main event and make it triple threat. No. That's not what we're saying. We just want change. We want it so that they don't do this stupid thing of booking people retardedly and overbooking people and making it predictable. I'm sorry. anybody that says that Royal Rumble wasn't predictable, you obviously weren't looking on the internet, you weren't involved, and you don't have a brain cell. Because that was one of the most predictable Royal Rumbles, as predictable, if not, yeah, as predictable probably last year, as Batista. They fucked up 2 years in a row with the Royal Rumble. Fuck only knows what they're going to do next year. Jesus Christ, the thought of it makes me pissed off. I'm not somebody who's going to go, I'm never going to watch the WWE again, I'm going to cancel the WWE. Well, no. You know, this could work. This could be a turning point. And you know what? I'm still, if it wasn't for the fact that Raw might not be on tonight, and it might not be a proper Raw, and fuck only knows what's happening. Hang on. In studio show. I don't know what any of this means. God knows what's happening to Raw tonight, but fact is, if it was a normal Monday Night Raw, I am pumped for Monday Night Raw. Because I want to see what on earth the WWE do. I was going to do a Raw preview, probably not now because I don't even know whether the Raw's on. But fact is, and you can quote me on this, if they don't do something huge on Monday Night Raw tonight, unless it's obviously circumstances might change that, I would be shocked. Because they know people are pissed off. Vince McMahon, people know that this is trending. Cancel WWE Network is trending. Virtually the #1 trend on Twitter, #2. They know that. They know they have to pull something out of the bag tonight to pick us up, even if it is ever so slightly. And people are still going to be pissed off, but ever so slightly. There was a big development on the Royal Rumble fallout between Rusev and John Cena. Looks like they're setting up for that WrestleMania 31 match that was heavily rumoured, where, once again, it's probably going to be predictable. John Cena is most probably going to end Rusev's streak. No surprises. I mean, that's one of the most shocking things you've ever heard. Almost as shocking as... I don't really know. But anyway, thanks for watching. Apologies if it's come across a bit of a rant, but I had to let it out. It's been stewing inside of me. God knows what's happening to Monday Night Raw tonight. Hope anybody in America that's watching this and is affected by the storms, I hope you are safe and well. So yeah, hope that everything goes okay for her. I know it's meant to be a huge storm, so I hope everybody stays safe. And yeah, hope everything gets back to normal ASAP really. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. If you have enjoyed it, please leave a like. As I say, Christ knows what's happening with Raw tonight. God knows what's happening in America with this weather storm. I will be following it in the UK just to check how things are going, but I've heard it could be pretty big. But as I say, stay safe. If you're in America and you're going to be if you're in the areas that may well get hit by it, so yeah, stay safe, and hopefully I'll be back with hopefully a Raw review tomorrow. Who knows? Don't know what Raw's going to be. It's probably going to be one of the most unique episodes of Raw ever, because we don't actually know what it's going to be. But yeah, as I say, hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't enjoyed it, please like, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.